Yep. I'm listening to a book right now, and it's a story, but it's all about that time of like French aristocracy, gentlemen's. Dude, it's so fucking funny. I'm just being like, that guy's a fucking snob, and I'm like, oh hey, what's going on?
Well,
like all hang out.
That's comedy.
Yeah, dude, it was
who sucks this guy, and then you see him in real life, you're like, fuck, they're great.
And they start doing well, and you're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
dude, it's so fucking. The book I'm listening to right now is so funny with that shit. He's a fucking snob. His family's poor. He just, dude, it's so fucking funny.
Do you know any snobs?
I can't think of any. But what they were dealing with, it was funny. What they were dealing with in this story, they were like, there's a French word for a chevaucheur, and they're saying like there's no real translation, but what they described was a climber. They're just, or if you want to call them butt dogs.
Butt dogs, climbers.
So it was just French butt dog culture, and this guy like butt dogged his way to the fucking top of France.
That's
of
what
old families, and it pissed people off.
That's what the Sun King had going at Versailles.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
He built Versailles to make all of the lords live with him.
What?
And they all butt dogged out to see who could be his favorite.
What?
They lived together and would butt dog as hard as they could. To be like, I got to watch him put his shoes on today.
What?
And they would butt dog to see who got to like sit closest to him, all that.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, he built like basically a reality show. He built like The Bachelor for himself.
And for everyone
and
to
forced
get
all the
on.
French aristocracy to butt dog out.
Dude, it's so funny. Like
I like it.
What the dude would do, he would find prominent families that were in like a tough...
He said you are a great butt dog. It's funny with the French people.
So Louis XIV, aka the Sun King, reigned France from 1643 until 1715, and he had the longest reign in history. He is known to have built the Palace of Versailles, which is by many considered to be the most extravagant palace ever built. He had at least 16 bastard children and legitimized some of them. He had a huge ego, and he believed himself to be a direct representative of God. Now, another little fun fact is that the state of Louisiana was named after Louis XIV.
He would find like a prominent family who needed to like sell stuff off because of short-term money problems, and he would quietly arrange like stuff with American museums, and that's how he made his fortune.
Yeah.
But everyone kind of were like,
You love schemes.
I do.
You've always been a fan of
French
schemes.
aristocracy was like, this is a dirty, shameful business, dude, of like selling anything. They called him a dealer. Like, he's a fucking dealer. And that was like a big, and he resented that. He'd get very pissed off.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to take my wife to a night at the theaters.
Your wife would enjoy a night at the
Now
theater.
I'm an aristocrat, dude.
I think we're both aristocrats now that you're mentioning it.
But yeah, I think
I'm more of a fat cat. You're just a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman dealer, dude.
I'm going to be a sly fat cat, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I might be.
You got to plug me into the aristocrat network. That's what happens. You plug someone in, and once they start doing well,
start calling you old boy. We're going to have fun tonight, old boy. You got Chap.
Chap is a good one. But yeah, dude, you just have to like get away from all things money and just be a gentleman. It's just very disgusting.
Even mentioning money is disgusting.
Oh, dude, it's completely distasteful.
It is distasteful.
It's
You
just
can tell new
bloodlines.
money. You can tell new money.
Just bloodlines, families, but his family. Here's the deal with their family.
Yes.
You have to tell the thing. They're actually a gentleman from Virginia.
Yes.
Who went out to Chicago.
I'd be a gentleman from Pennsylvania, son of a, he's the heir to the salesman fortune and teacher fortune. He's the heir to the assistant girls volunteer basketball coach fortune. Somebody sent me a book. I got to check it out, dude.
Yeah.
It's a hero of both worlds. It's about Lafayette.
What?
You'd like this boy.
What's he do?
He was a baller in France. He came over and helped.
Oh, the guy who trained
the American
George Washington,
Revolution,
yeah.
And then he went back for the French Revolution.
Damn.
He's a G. And I think, if I recall correctly, he was kind of against the French Revolution. He was like, "Yo, chill the fuck out,
beast."
And the boys got wild anyway.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Marquis de Lafayette was a French nobleman and military officer, and he volunteered to join the Continental Army, led by General George Washington in the American Revolutionary War. He then returned to France and played a major role in the French Revolution, and after the revolution, he continued to be extremely influential in French politics. He was very close with George Washington, and he even named his son after him. Now, a cool thing about this is that Lafayette was one of only 7 foreigners to be granted US citizenship at the time.
Dude, that book was pumping me up big time, dude. France had one good run. Napoleon pushed it. Napoleon had a nice
France
push.
has been beasts throughout history. Joan of Arc was a beast. I mean, they were always the beast of Europe.
I never really...
Till the Deutschland came around, dude. Deutschland.
Yeah.
England and France were always the ones fighting. because they were both trying to assert. I said Spain, dude. Spain's up there with France. Historical domination.
Yeah.
Spain rules.
Yeah, they were all doing their thing.
Now they're taking naps. They did it. They worked.
Dude,
They're done working. They retired. Spain retired. Greece retired first. Greece was like, we're done forever. We did it.
Yeah. They were all running around doing all this crazy stuff where like they were just conquering, but then they would fight each other in the meantime. They'd have all the little things, and like England would be like, "What's up, France?" Bah! France like, "Fuck you, dude." They basically tore each other to shreds. They just tore themselves to shreds. Well, they were saying that like almost there were countries where like almost an entire generation of men got wiped out.
Yeah,
they were like an entire generation of dudes just gone.
There's a year in France that there's no men that year from World War One. Yeah,
dude. Well, basically, so the book is basically saying like, going off of like the European, like for how long Europe was in power, they had like a long time. They got to kind of like they eventually, they basically put us like just destroyed each other.
Egypt, how are they doing?
We saved
marrying my damn sister. Egypt. That's what those fuckers are doing.
U.S. allowed that though.
Getting on a boat, dude, coming over here and fucking my sister.
The U.S. That was an American intervention. America made that possible. If America didn't intercede,
if we let Israel continue to rock their world,
Israel, France, and like one other European country went for Egypt. America was like, no.
France went for Egypt.
Yeah,
with Napoleon.
But I think Israel
had a war with them, and Israel called off the dogs and gave them back a strip of land.
There's
a new Napoleon Bonaparte movie.
Is he a short king in the movie?
No, it's Joaquin Phoenix, dude.
Oh, I think you showed me
directed by Ridley Scott. I've never been hornier for a movie. This is fucking crazy. I've watched the trailer like 7 times.
What would you do to get an early release?
I would do anything. I can't wait for Thanksgiving.
You got to do. That's a great leave Thanksgiving early with the family and go watch a movie.
Yes.
That's always a nice one.
And it's Napoleon.
Oh my God.
Yes. You're gonna like this about Napoleon. You see when he was in Egypt?
Yeah, I didn't know he shot the fucking pyramid.
That's when he found out he got cucked.
Is that why his nose missing?
I think it was before then, but he got accused of that.
Of knocking the nose off?
They were like, he didn't look white.
Damn,
so
I have such a peasant brain, dude. I'm like, is that where the nose came from?
No, I think
it's a peasant rumor.
I think that's a common thing.
It's peasant.
Napoleon found out he got cucked.
Did he?
In Egypt.
Who cucked him?
Josephine, that chick with the cut hair.
I'm saying, which dude cucked him?
Oh, a fancy cavalier man. A dandy cucked him.
Ooh, he probably cut a bottle of champagne in half and cucked him. Oh, it sucks.
Because when he met that lady in the trailer, Josephine, the reason her hair was like that, she was just arrested. It was during the revolution. She just got out of jail.
He freed her.
I don't think he freed her. He just met that babe at a party.
Oh, he could tell she was a bad bitch.
He was like, whoa. But she didn't love him at first. And then she cucked him while he was in Egypt. He's taking over the world, and she can't keep her fucking legs closed. But back then, if you were a French general, the worst thing you could be is a cuck.
Yeah.
Everybody got cucked, but you just had to have mistresses. And then everyone was like, all right, you're cool.
Yeah.
So he got a bunch of mistresses right away.
As soon as he got cucked?
As soon as he got cucked, he's like, well, now I have to.
Damn, he didn't want to.
He didn't want to, dude. He was a lover boy.
He was a lover boy.
He was in love. He was obsessed. His last words were Josephine.
Oh my God,
he loved his babe, dude.
Imagine it's got to be crazy too, though, to cuck your husband and then like hear that he just conquered Egypt. And you're
like, oh, he's coming home. The guy just conquered the world. He's coming back here. I cheated on him. Well,
what a brat. What a brat she was.
She was a brat. Dope.
Although, to be fair, dude, chicks with no cell phone, they were sat and just waited for years, dude.
And then some fucking cavalryman comes in and a
just walked by and went,
yeah.
She was like, what's so funny?
Your britches. Take off your britches.
Madame.
Oh.
She's like, God damn.
And who might you be? I don't know. If you get cucked and then you're like, fuck it, I'm blowing up the pyramids.
Yeah, that's
you do
sick.
Rule.
That's sick as hell. But dude, true. That does rule.
I'm gonna shoot a cannon at a bunch of guys riding camels.
That could be from. He could have.
That goes on today.
He could have sunk into his cuckness and said he was like, blow the fucking face off that.
Our boys, the Marines go overseas. They get cucked.
Constantly, bro.
Just constantly. Fuck it.
Well, dude, it's your girlfriend's your chia pet, dude. And you don't fucking.
You don't water it.
No, I'm thinking of a Tamagotchi.
It's all right.
The Tamagotchi gets sad,
Yeah.
dude. Fucking meep, meep. Someone picks it up like, I'll give this thing a fucking pellet. And they're like, meep, 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 meep.
I saw those
They
boys
got-
I saw the boys in the trailer hitting the square formation against the cavalry, which is what you do, dude.
Yeah. I never saw a square formation before.
If there's a cavalry charge, you hit
I'm
them
more
with
of
the square.
more of a Mongolian dude, little circle. I'm a Turk.
Well, that's
I'm a
what
Seljuk, dude.
that's how you defeat the circle.
The
You
square.
hit the square inside the circle, and now
What
you
the
now it's a
hell?
shooting gallery.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Napoleon Thanksgiving is gonna be insane. If this movie sucks,
It's not, dude.
it can't suck.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott
Joaquin
fucking
Phoenix.
rules.
Have you seen a bad movie with Joaquin Phoenix? By the way, I don't know of one. Yeah, it'll be decent.
Anyway, do yourself a favor. Go check out DJ Khaled and Napoleon trailer.
True.
So Napoleon with his troops arrived at the Nile River and he did conquer all of northern Egypt, but later on he left without his troops. People said that he abandoned them and they eventually surrendered to the British in 1801, even though Napoleon already left in 1799. During Napoleon's absence, his wife Josephine, who was still in France, had several lovers. A letter that one of her lovers wrote got intercepted by the British and they published the letter in order to humiliate Napoleon. He accepted the affairs because he himself had affairs and therefore it was seen as not as bad by the standards of that time. Super French if you ask me. As for France's historical power, which Shane mentioned earlier, according to historian Neil Ferguson, France is the most successful military power in history. France participated in 50 of the 125 major European wars that have been fought since 1495, more than any other European state. But nowadays, France doesn't get the respect that they deserve because of what happened in World War II. So that was all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing and liking the video. And as always, I will leave all links down below to the best podcast in the world, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. So definitely go and check that out. Subscribe to their YouTube channel and check out their Patreon as well. It is absolute class. So I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll catch you on the next one.